I watched many a game as a child that I never got to experience fully or even play through them because I just never got to them and forgot about them. Never getting to see what all the hype was actually about. That was until I stumbled upon Spore again. A game which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with because there was about a million Let's Plays on it back in like the early 2010s. For the uninitiated, Spore is a game in which you create your own species and you watch them go through stages of evolution and becoming more sentient and building a civilization. They carve out their characteristics and way of life depending on how you play them. With such a unique concept, and many people considering this to be a masterpiece, I wanted to go back and check out what it actually is. So I went back and saw what I missed, and here's what I experienced. The opening cinematic to the game is incredible. It's a seamless transition from the cinematic to gameplay. As you name your planet, I name mine Brodius Maximus, you watch this meteor crash into your planet that you made and named, and the meteor cracks open to show a bunch of life forms that are now on this planet and adapting to it. And you play one of these little tiny bacteria microbe species. So you start and you pick what kind of diet that you go on. You kind of be a herbivore or a carnivore. I know that you can be an omnivore, but I'm not exactly sure how to do that. I didn't see the option. Maybe it's a DLC. Anyway, this diet kind of alters the outcome of your playthrough heavily in some ways. You'll see how this impacts later. And you see this bar at the bottom. This bar at the bottom is basically your progress till you are able to rebirth and watch your creature go through a major evolution. Now, as you play through the game, you can click this button at the bottom to basically symbolize that you're ready to make a new character and add some more characteristics on them by mating with another kind of person from your species. You can actually use some of your evolution points to add certain characteristics to your creature before the major evolution happens. This can be adding an extra phalangia for swimming, or adding like a jet boost, or even adding defensive spikes. Just kind of putting things on your creatures to help them survive. Now at this stage, all you can really do is eat food and mate with other people of your species to make a newer version pretty much. This stage is pretty easy and pretty simple. You kind of just either eat your food and mate and reproduce a newer upgraded version of your creature, adding on different things as you go about it, until you see this big pop-up that says that your species is ready to be land dwellers and are ready to basically go on land. Now, anytime you go through a major change in your character, whenever you do fill up the bar, you will get this timeline of your playthrough showing whether you were a carnivore, an herbivore, or how friendly you were, and it has different characteristics for different stages, pretty much. You see this downward trend? That doesn't stop ever in my playthrough. And it's important to note that the game changes a lot in each stage. It went from being a 2D game where you just kind of eat things, try and survive, to now it's a 3D land-dwelling game where you can control a party. You add some legs to your guys and do some funny animations in the character customization menu. Look at those legs stretch. This made me giggle for like 10 minutes. Now, in this stage of the game, instead of you being on your own, you now have a nest filled with other animals from your species. Now, your job is to go out there and kill other nests or befriend them. I was a carnivore, so I killed a lot of guys.
Oh, you went extinct.
And as you level up, you can gain a bigger party size, and also the characteristics that you can add to your creature after you mate on this stage are a lot more vast. You can add wings, different body parts allow for different things. There are some body parts that are better for attacking and killing animals, and there are some body parts that are better for befriending animals. And the way you befriend animals in this stage is by singing or dancing or hitting a pose. And different body parts allow you to do that better. Because whenever you go to befriend a different nest, a little mini game pops up where you have to match whatever they do, and you have to match it well. If your level's too low in that specific stance or movement they did, then you gotta go get a better body part to match them. If you're a carnivore like me and you're just attacking things, you really just add the body parts for the attacking, from the attacking category and give you different abilities like charging or biting or poisoning. And you just click buttons like it's World of Warcraft and press 1, 2, 3, and 4 over and over again and kill things. Your size of crew will get bigger that can roam with you as you level up or fill this bar. And adding, depending on which way you go in this section, does carve out some more characteristics for your species in the next section. Now, there are a lot of diverse creatures. There are huge creatures, and there is these alpha creatures that you can actually befriend and have roll with you.
now he's part of your pack. Now he should just follow you.
Fuck you guys.
Look at him run. Look at him run.
Fuck all y'all.
You guys should kill them. You should kill them.
Oh, brother, fine. But fuck you guys.
Dude, he flies too. Turn your camera. See if he's following you.
Holy shit, dude.
He's just got hops.
Dude, stop. Look at him.
If you get close enough with them, every single species or a creature that you interact with has a certain level of likeness that you can keep upgrading if you keep dancing with them or talking to them. Now, besides these huge creatures that are walking around and these alpha creatures that you can befriend, there was a fucking spaceship that just flew over me.
That'll be me one day, Aaron.
And started tractor beaming random animals up and then flew off. Now, at the time, I had no idea what this was. I do now. But at the time, just being a low-life creature and seeing someone in a jet-propulsed aircraft was a little jarring. Now, after this point, the stage is mostly the same. You just keep killing animals or befriending them to upgrade your evolve bar and mating and putting new characteristics on your guys. I went with wings because I like to glide around and mainly leaned into combat with a little bit of a social aspect to befriend some of the animals that I thought were cute or funny. You have a maximum party size of 4 and then you can enter the tribal stage. But I do want to show how big of a difference it makes for your creature throughout the stages. This was me at the beginning of the nesting stage. And this is me at the end of the nesting stage. So your creature changes a lot. But whenever you go into the tribal stage, this is actually my second favorite stage in the entire game. This stage is so good because you get to design the rough tribal outfits for your tribe. And you can make them look super goofy. This one's my personal favorite. It has a lot of similar mechanics to the stage before, but a lot of them are expanded on. Instead of dancing and singing to befriend different tribes, you now use instruments and gifts. But this stage is a lot more similar to an RTS than the previous stage was. Now you have a whole camp of creatures to control and decide what they do because they can all go do different things. You're going to need a constant food supply, which if you friend one of the alphas from the stage before, you can actually put them in a pen and they'll give you eggs that you can cook and eat. You can add a fishing hut so that you can designate 2 or 3 of your tribesmen to go fish and bring food back. Food is incredibly important because it's what allows you to build buildings and grow fast. But not only can you build like a fisherman's hut to go fishing, you can build weapons like axes or torches. Axes are used for killing other enemies, and torches are used for burning their buildings. So what ends up happening is you slowly build up your tribe, and you either friend tribes that are near you, which I think is incredibly important. Do friend tribes that are near you so you're kind of safe. And then you send out a raid party to go kill and pillage and burn someone else's village. It's basically an expanded version of the previous stage with funny outfits and more complex mechanics. You also have a creature called the Chieftain, and he's basically, you know, the chieftain of the tribe, and he has special abilities he can do, like sending out these little bombs. So that's cool. But by the end of this stage, you go into the town stage, which is my favorite stage of the entire game. In this stage, the world has evolved to a point where people are starting to build cities and civilizations, and depending on what your characteristics were, your civilization's either really good at killing things and building tanks and building nukes, or very good at diplomacy. I want you to take a look at the graph that my tribe or my species has been following and take a guess as to which one we fell under. My town was really good at killing people. My favorite things about this stage, though, is for sure the designing of the buildings. Some people think that it's tedious, but I actually really like that you get to design every single building and decide what they look like. Not only this, but every single town that you take over or make has a kind of happiness level that shows you what the productivity is of the resources it makes. It becomes more so like an RTS than the previous stage even. But this time you have more intense resource management, a lot more towns to watch after than just one camp, and you can either choose the diplomacy route with certain towns and befriend them, or you can kill them and siege them. I got into the air superiority very early on, so I kind of just fucked everyone up. And it was also because I had a good layout for my town. You see, factories put a negative damper on your on the mood of your citizens, and an entertainment building puts a good one. So optimally, what you want to do is put housing next to an entertainment zone, then another house, then a factory, because it gets buffs if you put it by where they live, signified by like these positive numbers that you see on the trail going from building to building. And you kind of just copy and paste this, but it's fun to do once you figure it out. But there are multiple types of combat. I just went for air superiority first, so I kind of fucked everyone up. It was surprising to see because I expected there to be really only one whenever I first started building the tanks, and then I realized that there was boat combat and also air combat, so that you can defend the resource camps that you get in multiple ways, because some are on the ocean, some are on land, and then air superiority on top. This was by far one of my favorite stages in the entire game, because it's still cohesive enough and well thought out that it is fun, but expanded enough to where it does require you to think a little bit more about your decisions and decide what you're going to do in the long run. Then you get to the space stage. I hate the space stage. I didn't play with the DLC, and I know that people say that the space exploration DLC literally changes the game, and maybe I will go back and look at it, because it wasn't terrible, it was just not very intuitive. It's confusing. I don't like the way the navigation system works a whole bunch, and because you can zoom into every single world, sometimes you forget which world is which, and the navigation map doesn't make it easy to tell which one is which unless you have a trade route that is going through that planet, and that's how you remember it. It's not very clear visually. Interacting with different civilizations is confusing sometimes because you don't remember which ones are enemy with you or which ones have a positive outlook with you, and it just kind of becomes a headache looking at the different UIs. I do like making the ships. Making the ships is hilarious, and I made mine look so funny. The concept is so cool, and I really respect them for trying very hard, and with the DLC, I'm sure it's so much better. And I can respect that because the rest of the game is absolutely amazing. I just think that they kind of bit off more than they could chew whenever the game first released with this. But some of the concepts are so well done and interesting, like the terraforming different planets and making them habitable for civilization to build on them. That part's awesome. All the stuff I don't like about it is the UI and visual context and what you're told through the information. But other than that, Spore is absolutely worth it. I love Spore. This game was so fun. But yeah, I think that's really all I wanted to say. Spore is definitely still worth playing. I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the video, and I'll see you guys next time.